Hey everybody! Hey, welcome back to Storytime, boys and girls! Do you like my hat? I'm wearing my turkey hat again because we're talking about Turkey Day! What? It's not called Turkey Day? You're right, you're already learning about the real Thanksgiving. It's a day for being grateful and thankful, and of course we eat turkey because we're celebrating and remembering the very first Thanksgiving. They landed in 1620, and the next year they celebrated all the things they learned and all the food they harvested and all the friends they made with the Indians. So let's read a story about the first Thanksgiving. This is a book about Pete the cat, The First Thanksgiving, by Kimberly and James Dean. This is a Harper book. Pete was nervous about being a pilgrim in his class's Thanksgiving play, The First Thanksgiving. Just do your best, his friend Callie said. Happy Thanksgiving! That's what the banner says in their classroom. Pete said he would try. He was ready. His mom had even made him a pilgrim hat, which was really cool. Do you want to guess what's in his cubby? His pilgrim hat! Pete took his place at the front of the giant ship that his class had made out of cardboard. Pete was a pilgrim on the Mayflower. Do you see him on the front of the ship? In 1620, a group of pilgrims decided to leave England for the New World to build a new life. It was a long, long trip on a big, big ship. All the pilgrims sang. Oh my goodness! It was so rough on the ship, they don't look so well. I think they're seasick. The sea was rough and very dangerous. Many pilgrims got very, very sick. The dream of a new start and a new world made the hard trip all worth it. For more than 2 months, the pilgrims sailed. They set sail in September, and they sailed for months. They didn't get to the New World until November. That's a long time. There's Pete the cat. He's in the crow's nest at the top of the ship. After 65 days on the ship, the New World finally came into view. What's Pete the cat gonna say from the crow's nest? Land ho! Land ho, Pete cried. All the pilgrims did a happy dance. Can you do a happy dance? Woohoo! Imagine you've been sailing for months, and now you found the land. You'd do a happy dance too, right? The pilgrims arrived in the New World at Plymouth Rock in what is now Massachusetts. Everyone had many chores to do, like growing food, finding water, and building shelters. The first winter in the New World was long and hard. Winter. What happens after that? Spring! In the spring, the pilgrims had to decide whether to give up and go back to England or to keep trying. What do you think they're going to do? They were brave people to begin with. The pilgrims had heard about the Native Americans, and many worried that they would not be friendly. Pete had never met a cat he didn't like, so he thought they would be kind. Guess what? Pete was right. He made friends. Pete was right. He made a new friend in Squanto. Squanto and the other Native Americans showed the pilgrims how to grow crops like corn, beans, and squash. Have you ever heard of the 3 sisters? Corn, beans, and squash grow together, and that's how the Indians taught the pilgrims to grow their food. There's the corn and the beans, and there's the squash. The 3 sisters, what are they? corn, beans, and squash. Good job. By fall harvest, the Pilgrims had plenty of food. To thank Squanto and the other Native Americans, the Pilgrims invited them to share the harvest. This celebration became known as the first Thanksgiving. Pete was relieved when the play was over. He had remembered all his lines. Wow, I never thought about how hard it was back then, said Pete. Then they took a bow. You did great, Pete, said Callie. Later, at Thanksgiving dinner with his family, Pete said, "Let's all go around the table and say something we are thankful for." Do you do that in your family? I'm thankful for my family, said Pete's mom. I am thankful for my skateboard, said Bob. I wonder what Pete's going to say. I am thankful for the brave Pilgrims that started this new free world, said Pete. What are you thankful for? I am thankful that the Pilgrims crossed the ocean and were so brave. And I'm really thankful to Squanto and Massasoit and all their other Indian friends who helped them survive and start in this new world for them. Not new to the Indians, but new to the Europeans who came here. I'm really glad that they made friends and had a super big feast on that very first Thanksgiving. I can't wait to have a feast. Oh my goodness, you know what I just thought of? There's a really fun Pete the Cat craft, and he wears his Thanksgiving hat just like in the play. Would you like to make one? Okay, I'm gonna put the link down in the video description, and you and your teacher, or you and your parents, or you and your grown-up, whoever you're with, can make Pete the Cat on his first Thanksgiving. I really hope you'll have fun making your own Pete the Cat in his first Thanksgiving in his pilgrim hat. And I'm really thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful for Storytime when we can be together. It's almost time to go cook that turkey. I gotta go. See you later. Bye.